Hey guys, welcome back to another installment here on my channel. It's been a couple weeks and today we're going to talk about contentment. So you may be wondering what this is all about, and I haven't been here for a couple weeks. Well, I had a video recorded about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I didn't really like it, so I didn't put it up online. And then last week I was on vacation with my family, so I didn't put up anything last week either. Now we're back, and I've got a pretty interesting topic. Sorry, this may be a little bit of a ramble. I don't have notes on this one necessarily, but this is something that's been stirring in me a little bit recently, and it's on the concept of being content. Are you content not only in your ministry, but in your life as a whole? And this is something that I struggle with, and there are actually multiple sides to contentment, some of them on the positive, some of them on the negative. On the positive side, it's good for us to know where we are, stand firm with Jesus, be content in what he's given us, and be at peace with what's going on. On the negative side of that though, some of us may fall into the trap of being complacent, and contentment becomes complacement. And then you're just going with the flow, nothing ever changes, and everything's just la-di-da, and you're never striving for more. I struggle more with the side of not ever being content. Nothing's ever quite good enough, I never have enough, nothing is ever how I want it to be. I struggle with that side of it. Now on the positive side of that, there's a spot in me that is always striving to get better. There's always wanting to learn, always wanting to do better, always wanting to grow. That's a positive, but I never find myself at peace and seeing the good around me and what is being done in my life, what I've gotten to do, what Jesus is doing in me. It's something that I struggle with. And just a couple days ago, I was watching a video. There's a YouTuber, his name is MKBHD. He does a lot of tech review, things like that, has a lot of followers. I'll link to the video that I saw this in. He got to do an interview with Bill Gates just in the last week or so. There was something that they were talking about in this video that struck me. MKBHD quoting and kind of putting into a short little chunk something that Bill Gates was talking about. And here's what he said. You've got to be proud of the progress that's been made, but you still have to look forward at all the work yet to be done. I'm good at the second half of that. I can look forward and be excited for what's to come and striving for more and wanting more and wanting more and wanting more. I'm really bad at the first half of that. I'm really bad at seeing the good that's already happened, being proud of what's already happened. What I tend to see is the lack, all the gaps in things, and that includes in my own personal life. My kids are amazing children. I mean, we get told this all the time. I'm not just bragging on my kids. They are extremely well-behaved children. And what do I see? Oh, the one time that they might pick on each other when we're in a store, and then they get daddy's look from them. And then I forget to tell them how proud of them I actually am, because they are amazing children. But daddy's own framework sees the one time they mess up. I am really good at critiquing myself. No one can really ever tell me anything I've done wrong because I already know and have gone way deeper than anything that they're going to tell me. And that's not a positive in me. Now, like I said, there's the positive sides of I'm always striving to get better. I'm never complacent with where I am. So I take out the negative of contentment. But I need to add the positive of contentment into my life and be better about that and stronger with adding that in and realizing that Jesus has done amazing work not only in me, but in my family, in my kids, in what he's given me. I've got so much to be thankful for. And he's doing amazing work constantly in our church. My pastor has to remind me about this every now and then. When I start to get into my mind about, well, we're not where I think we should be, there's a positive side to that. We strive for more and we strive to get better. We strive for excellence, and that's what we should be doing in the church. But there's so much good that is happening in the church already, and I need to stop and celebrate that. There's so much good that's happening within my team, and I need to celebrate that better. Now, I do a pretty good job of celebrating my team. My team is fantastic, and what we're getting to do already, I see how excellent they're becoming and the work that they're putting in and how we are doing things well. But I can get a little twisted in my own head of, well, why don't we have more volunteers? Or why don't we have this and why don't we have this? Instead of realizing where we are and seeing the growth that has happened, seeing that we are a really young church and I have consistent volunteers who are there all the time, serving and giving of their best to Jesus. And we've not had one Sunday where I've had to scramble to necessarily find a drummer or something like that. We've had someone there all the time. We've had a full worship experience from day one with all of our pieces. I may be the only electric guitar player right now, but that's okay. They are coming. And actually just recently I got 2 notifications that people are interested in joining my team, and I think there's 2 of them that are electric guitar players. There is more coming, and I'm gonna strive to continue to get us better. I'm gonna help us grow, and I'm gonna hopefully do that in a loving way. But I myself also need to see the positives and be content with where we are. And I need to be peaceful with what is happening around and let Jesus do the work. Because he is growing us, because he is changing us, he's transforming us. And every day we are not complacent to stay where we were, but we want to grow and become more and more like the likeness of Jesus Christ. Positive. But to not stop and take stock of where he has us now and where he has taken us. I'm not who I used to be. Our church isn't where we started. We're growing every day. Me as a leader am not who I used to be. My family is not what it used to be, and we're getting better and we're growing, and we are in one of the more fantastic spots that we've ever been as a family. And we've had some rough days, and now Jesus is putting us here, and I need to see the positives of that. So now that I'm done burying my soul a little bit, let me ask you the same question. Are you content? Are you complacent? Or are you missing all of the good that's around you? Because I think Jesus has something for you right in the middle of where you are right now, and right in the midst of what's going on, he can show you the great things that are happening around you. Stop looking for the negative. Stop looking for the things that you could have done better all the time. Yes, there's growth in that. There's positives in that. But if you're anything like me, maybe you need to stop and start seeing the good. Maybe you need to start recognizing the great that's happening around you, the great that Jesus is doing, and the wonderful things that are happening around you in the moment now. And then you can spend the work with, all right, let's grow this thing. This thing needs some tweaking, all that. I'm too good at that. I'm too good at seeing the negative. And I need to see the positive of where he has us now. And what he's allowed me to be a part of is huge. What he's allowed me to do, where he has me now, is way better than where I was. Use that type of mindset to get better and to keep going and to keep moving forward. Because if you spend too much time in the negative, you will stop moving forward. If all you can see is the bad that's around you, why would you want to keep moving forward if nothing ever gets better? But a lot of times it's not that things aren't getting better, it's that you're not looking for it and you don't see it, or it doesn't register on your scale. It doesn't register on the scale of what is good enough to you. So it's time for us to slow down. As creatives, as leaders, it's a good thing to be looking forward. But we can be really, really bad about looking at where we are now. So let's get better about that. And I think what that will do is advance us even quicker. Because if we can find a place of peace and contentment, it'll change our leadership. It'll change where we are, who we are, what we're doing. If we can find peace in where we are now and who Jesus is making us to be, and then let him do the moving of us forward instead of us looking for things to punch holes in and trying to then fill up a bunch of holes and things like that. We don't move anywhere that way, and all we see is negative, and at some point in time we'll stop because everything's just bad. At least it is in our eyes. But if we can look for the good, look for the great, and be content with where we are, Jesus is ready to pour out more on us all of the time. And I think I'm more able to see it, at least in my own life. I am more able to see the more he wants to do in my life when I receive what he's already done in and through me. When I take stock of what he's already done is when I can come with a posture before him to receive what he has next. Like I said, a little bit of a ramble. I hope that was helpful in some way. I just wanted to do something really quick, something that's been kind of seeping in my own mind and working its way around, something I'm working through on my own. Hope that was helpful, guys. Please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell notification so you get notified when I post new videos, which I should be back on schedule with my once a week deal. I'm just not going to necessarily hold myself fast to it has to be Thursday at 10 a.m. I'll post them once a week, but when I'm ready and when I've got the video in place and when I feel good about what I've created and I'm getting it out there. So we'll see you guys next time.